And how does that make you feel?
Terrible. He is always traveling without me.
I travel 1 day a year.
But that's one more than me.
How is that always?
When you never get to travel, it feels like always.
Well, maybe you guys should travel together after Christmas.
Well, we say we're going to do that every year.
Yeah, but we never do because I have to make so many gifts for so many kids. It takes me like a year to do it.
Well, maybe we should try.
It could benefit your relationship if you have a vacation together.
Yeah, we could try. And I can drive the sleigh.
I don't want to go in your sleigh. You drive recklessly. You know what? I am scared he is going to get injured. He doesn't even have a driver's license.
Why don't you get your license?
There's no cops up there. I don't need a license for my sleigh. I mean, the only thing that's dangerous anymore is all those drones flying around.
I would feel better if you had a license. That way I would know that you know how to drive.
Whenever I go to the DMV, it takes me hours to get through the line. They all want to take a picture with me.
Well, stop going to the DMV and malls around Christmas time.
Maybe try going to the DMV a different time.
And another thing, he always has kids sitting on his lap, but he doesn't want any of his own.
I have 1 billion children.
But none of those children are mine.
Santa, have you ever considered that maybe while you have millions of surrogate children, Mrs. Claus may need to fill that void in her life as well?
I always thought she considered the elves her children.
There are employees. And, you know what? I don't even think he's ready to have kids. He wants all of the fun of having children, but none of the responsibility. I mean, he still acts like he's in high school.
How so?
He breaks into people's homes.
It's not breaking and entering if they know I'm gonna come.
And it isn't a problem that you break in so much that they expect you to break in every year?
Well, in a way, he is performing a civic duty.
Really? Well, maybe he can transfer some of that enthusiasm for public service into our relationship. He's always so happy and jolly with everybody else all over the world, but when he comes home to me, he's always distant and grumpy.
Well, maybe I don't feel like being interrogated the moment I step off the sleigh.
Interrogated? Do you feel pressure to speak?
How else am I going to get him to talk to me? Instead of talking, he just puts coal in my stockings.
Well, that's where I put coal when I disapprove of someone's behavior.
Okay, first of all, I wear those. I don't hang them above the fireplace like those other freaks you visit. Second of all, I am your wife. If you have a problem, you come to me and we talk about it. Don't just disappear into that workshop of yours for 8 hours at a time.
The problems appear to stem from a lack of communication.
You're telling me. I make an entire meal and he just says he's full and goes to bed because he's eaten so many cookies. I look at that dinner as us time.
Well, those kids put the milk and cookies out there for me. It would be rude if I didn't eat them.
It's rude if you don't eat my food. You care more about your job than you do about me.
No, I'm sure that's not true. Santa seems to have difficulty separating his personal life from his professional life.
More like he has one and discards the other.
Those kids depend on me. They would be crushed if I let them down.
What about me?
You're an adult.
Okay, Santa, she has a point. Keeping up with your responsibilities at home are just as important, if not more important, than work.
And not to mention, he is constantly watching other women, talking about whether they're naughty or nice, when really it's none of his business how they are.
Oh, it is entirely my business how they are. I have to watch them very closely.
Perhaps you watching them so closely makes Mrs. Claus feel threatened.
Yes, of course I feel threatened.
I know you do. She's been changing all my ex-girlfriends' names to naughty on the naughty or nice list.
They've been naughty.
How have they been naughty?
I don't know. Why were you at their houses last night?
I went there for my job.
Mrs. Claus, you can't be angry at him because his job requires him to interact with other women. As the late, great Elvis Presley once said, we can't go on together with suspicious minds.
Wise man. And besides, she's the hypocrite. I found out that she kissed another guy.
He was wearing your clothes. How was I supposed to know that random strangers go around dressed like you?
Do you really not know what I look like?
Well, if you shave the beard, maybe.
What does the beard have to do with it?
You have an issue with facial hair?
I have been asking him to shave that beard ever since he started growing it. And here we are, 2,000 years later, and it's still there.
I don't even know why I agreed to shave it. I mean, the kids, they expect it. I know if I shave it, they're all gonna be like, oh, he's changed. I miss the old Santa Claus.
Okay, so you're just going to live the rest of your life trying to live up to everyone else's expectations.
You ever seen Superman with the yellow cape?
The beard is kind of iconic.
Well, sure, but there's nothing iconic about wearing the same suit every day. That's just gross.
It's not like you ever wash it.
It is 2017. You can wash your own suit.
You see? She takes care of the reindeer, but she doesn't take care of me.
You can take care of yourself.
Oh, I do. Every day.
Do you hear him telling you that he would like to have more of your attention? Maybe you could do little things just to show that you care.
Well, I try. I get him a gift every year, and he just ends up giving it away to some random kid.
You don't need to give me gifts. You're my present.
Yeah. See, there he goes.
I think we made a lot of progress here today. So how about before our next session, you each spend at least an hour a day together and just focus on the positives.
I'll try.
Thank you. You've been very helpful today.
Of course, and I'm always here for you. As long as you bring your checkbook.
One.